Okay, but this leads to my bigger point of Space Marine 2's plot. Now, before anyone asks, I like playing Space Marine 2. The game is extremely fun to play, especially with friends. And don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for the Xenophase Blade. Best sword in the universe! But if you watch my original review for Space Marine 2, I said that Space Marine 2's plot is the weakest part of the game. It goes a mile a minute, it does not slow the fuck down, and it's trying to cram so much into one thing that we end up getting very little of everything. Not only that, but it's a rehash of Space Marine 1's plot. Literally, it's the same plot. Replace orcs with Tyranids, replace the Chaos Space Marine warband led by a sorcerer with just the 1,000 Suns, and have an Imperial agent trying to use warp fuckery to help the Imperium but only ends up making things worse. With a weapon that we destroyed back in the first game. As well, why are the 1,000 Suns in a place where the Tyranids are? The Tyranids, Shadow, and the Warp fucks with the Warp, which makes it extremely hard to do the sorcery thing that the 1,000 Suns are known for. So they can use the warp device to, use the pylon network that we haven't elaborated or expanded upon, so a ton of people kept asking me weird questions about what the fuck was that pylon doing? Just so we can make it open up a warp portal, which it already could do without it. As well, who's Amura? Why the fuck should I care? I'm a 1,000 Suns stan and fanboy, and I don't fucking care who he is. Why's he got a fucking beef with Marnius Calgar, of all people? What, did Marnius Calgar give him a fucking swirly and call him a nerd after shoving him in a locker? That's just too much for too little. Genuinely, I think in Space Marine 2, for the story, and this is my personal opinion, A, the 1,000 Suns should not have been there, period. B, if we're bringing back the warp device plot, make it so that the pylon network can fuck with the Tyranids, which it does. But it also starts causing problems with the Imperials too, leading to it needing to be destroyed. As well, pull notes from Dawn of War 1, where Dawn of War 1's story was more focused on the character of Gabriel Angelos. But instead, focus it down on Chiron, Gadriel, and most importantly, Titus, the main character. Main story is about Titus and his squad fighting the Tyranids. But where there's no character with the bugs, make the characters of the Space Marines something that we can delve into, instead of just forcing characters into stupid situations that make them not trust one another. Because it's a missed opportunity that we don't get to learn about Titus in the 200 plus years that he was gone, and even more of a waste of Gadriel and Chiron's characters, who are two people from 30k, because they're Primaris Grey Shields. Would have led to a lot more interesting conversations than what we got.